The Solid Rock is giving you a $5 gift card to give to your pastor with any purchase of $50 or more. And while you're there, be sure to check out the wonderful assortment of items that would make great pastor appreciation gifts. Celebrate Pastor Appreciation Month at the Solid Rock, the store that honors Christ all year long, off South 74th near Sam's Club.
KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Expect to go score every time we touch the ball.
Touchdown, Arkansas.
ESPN 95.3.
Alex Collins is the running back. He's got blockers to the left. They give it to him. He's stopped. Aggies win. Allen works on the gun. Blocks a crossing route. Allen fires. Knocked down. It's over. What a thrilling game in overtime. 28-21 is the final. Play action. Allen looking in zone. Intercepted and that'll end the game. The exclamation point. Texas A&M does it again to Arkansas. Cam Little to take the lead for the Hogs. It hit the top and rains down into the end zone. 41 on the clock. 2 timeouts. Bringing back the throw. In trouble. Pressure coming. Green set. Balls out. And recovered by Texas A&M.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Busch. With Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. And produced by Colton Little. This is The Morning Rush.
So being that it is a What's Your Beef Wednesday, and it's Texas A&M week, I don't know how we don't start anywhere else. Since 2014, you have lost to the Texas A&M Aggies by a touchdown or less 7 times. You heard a couple of those clips there from some agonizing losses to Texas A&M. You've only beaten them once since they joined the Southeastern Conference. First time this game's in Fayetteville since 2013 when Johnny Manziel and company came to town. He lost that game 45-33. That was my freshman year. But, Tommy, this school, you beat Missouri twice since they joined the SEC, so you at least got them twice. I know the Ole Miss game has been really competitive, but they've gotten the better of you lately. But this is the series that I think aggravates and irritates me more than any other football game that Arkansas plays in, year out.
And now they're maybe as good as they've ever been since joining the league when you get to face them. Ranking-wise, they're number 4.
Yes.
I don't know if they've been – I left my game notes in there. I don't know if they've been ranked higher during this series since 2012 than they are now. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but point is you're getting a really good Aggies team. You've been able to keep it close against some of their higher-ranked teams, but this might be your greatest challenge, even though it's finally in Fayetteville at Reynolds Razorback Stadium for the first time since – this was the end of our show yesterday. First time since – you had the answer. 1980.
First time since 2013. First time you got a chance to beat him since 88.
Since 88. Mm-hmm. But you had the one game with Manziel, but you haven't had a chance in your stadium very often. So second time, I guess I should say, since 1988.
And you think about the setup for this upcoming game. Arkansas will play in College Station next year. You had that one-off with COVID in 2020 when you had to travel down there. But it is nice to have these games at home. From here on out. I know that was something that Mike Elko was talking about earlier this week and just having him back on campus.
Well, this year I wish it was in AT&T and Stadium. Next year I'll probably be glad it's in Kyle Field.
I know for fans, again, just having that extra game, additional game at home, and then the opportunity, I don't know how many people go to the 12th man and Kyle Field to see that game. And I love going to Dallas. That's where a lot of my friends are from school. That was an annual trip that we took during college, post-college. It got stale. I think the losing had something to do with that. Obviously, you only beat them one time outside of when Petrino beat them 3 straight from 2009 to 2011. But I'm just happy I know it's a What's Your Beef Wednesday, but I'm happy this game's in Fayetteville.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. They've got everything you need for grilling this weekend, whether it's for your tailgate, and we got like the perfect tailgate time, 2:30. You can roll out. You can do some of those gourmet burgers from Richard's. You can do some of their house-made sausages, brats. They got kebabs. You can do steaks if you want. But I think there's a lot of great options at Richard's for your tailgate for this weekend. Watch some games in the 11 a.m. window. Go to the stadium. You come back, and maybe you get some of the dips and the sides and the different things that they have available there in the freezer for after the game. Then you fire the grill back up and do more burgers and house-made sausages, dogs, and all of that as well. It's all at Richards Country Meat Market, 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville, and online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
It's funny, this day coincides with Natural Grouch Day, Tommy. The grumblers, the moaners, and the professional complainers.
Well, it should be National Grouch Day. What else is today?
What else is it? It's October 15th.
You should know this is a homeowner today.
Oh, gosh. Is there something I didn't do?
Probably, if you don't know, or you're way ahead of the curve. Property taxes are due today. So this is an awful day. You got this look of panic, sheer panic. I bet your home tax, your property tax, they're probably rolled into your escrow with your mortgage payment, but on your car and then all these, they want you to do all. I mean, I paid all that stuff yesterday. Just completely irritating. So my beef today, property taxes. What a bunch of bull.
I thought Trump was trying to eliminate those.
That's a state tax. I don't think he can do anything about that. Wish he could, but I don't know how we'd pay for our schools because that's primarily how we fund our schools in outside of federal dollars. But yeah, big checks being written today to the counties across our state for property taxes.
I think, again, this is someone that just kind of writes a check or lets it withdraw or has the credit card statement. I think it's built into what I've paid.
What about your car? You got to pay property taxes on that.
Property taxes, car, and house.
Yeah. I mean, you write it down.
I didn't know. I didn't know that was today. Usually, I sound like I'm a schoolboy, which in essence, really, I am. Usually, my dad informs me on certain these things, and
he figured once you hit 30, you could handle a few things on your own.
Well,
Colton knew exactly what I meant. Colton was like, he was giving the Johnny Manziel money sign over here.
Took care of mine earlier in the week. I had my dad had to remind me too, but I took care of it.
I'm trying to find. I think I'm 99% sure. I'm going to check on this.
For the first time ever, when I'd have go in and whittle down, or when I went in to renew a driver's license or do a tag or something, I whittled down mine a little bit, drop 100 here, 100 there. So the payment on my personal property was not suffocating yesterday. But I know a lot of people, particularly if you own, your business has property, you own a bunch of multifamily or something, it's a bad day. Bad day.
Okay.
Bad day.
Do you have any other beefs before
other than my wallet being dry from property taxes?
I got a
little bit of a beef. Hey, what's this deal with Bart shooting right on the nose at 90? Man, all he had to do was par 18, which is not an easy hole. You got to take it over the bunker there at Big Creek with a little draw. You're going to have a mid-iron in and, to a challenging green, but he had a couple 3 putts, man. He had it right there. I was rooting for him. Bart, what are you doing, man?
And he bogeyed the hole instead.
Do you still think he would beat you? He shoots 90 at Big Creek.
This is going to sound very condescending. DB, I'm going to come across as a tool.
Okay. Nothing new.
But it's someone that plays country clubs consistently. And then I'm guessing Bart, because I've heard him talk about public golf courses that does not play country clubs consistently. There is a different level. If he thinks that he's going to break 90 at Fayetteville Country Club next week after not being able to do it at Big Creek, it's not going to happen. I'm playing FCC on Friday. I don't know. I'll probably shoot in the mid-90s. I'm not going to break 90. I know where my golf game's at. I'll say this about Bart, and I want to get
in Big Creek's a great golf course. I mean, one of my favorite golf courses, favorite tracks in the state.
Admirable effort. I respect Bo Mattingly. It's not Bo Mattingly without Bart Pullman for anyone that's worked with those two. I will give it, because when I worked with him 10 plus years ago, I kept hearing about how good he was at basketball, and he made an excuse. This is a late beef from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
When I used to play with Sawyer Radler, GML Hawks Plus, the man, he would make an excuse every single week why he couldn't play. So I have a beef from a decade ago. So I'm glad that he at least talked.
He put himself out there.
He put himself out there. Admirable effort, but he came up short. And shooting 90 is not breaking 90.
Nope. No, it's the definition of not breaking 90.
Darren thinks
our good buddy Clay Maxey has texted me and says he played along with Bart. He said he battled. It was awesome, but play. He didn't break 90.
Billy thinks I could beat Bart. I don't believe I could beat Bart.
No offense to Fayetteville Country Club, but it's easier. It is easier than Big Creek. He may break 90 there. If Bart wants to come down to Hardscrabble Country Club, I don't know that he could break 100 there from the Blue Tee.
Yeah. Did he play
100?
Did he play the? And what are the? Again, I haven't played. I think Clay.
I would
not
love
Clay
to
Maxey.
see you and Bart go head to head at Hardscrabble.
Yes.
I can get that arranged.
I would win that because it's. I think
playing on the home
because
course.
it's a home course thing. I don't think I would win at Big Creek.
So you would accept the challenge. If Bart would accept. You would accept.
I don't think he would be able to beat me there. He would beat me at FCC. He would beat me at Big Creek. He would beat me at a lot of other places, but I don't think he would beat me.
Hardscrabble's much more difficult than FCC, and so is Big Creek. I know Fayetteville Country Club's getting ready to do a renovation. Now it's a par 70 at Hardscrabble. If we could get him down here south of the tunnel, Bart, there is a world south of the tunnel. You can come down here and see it. It's a par 70 at Hardscrabble. I think Fayetteville's a par 70 as well, Maxwell courses. But so it'd be really like, breaking 90 is one thing, but it's really like 88 is bogey golf. But we'll give him 90. I don't think from the Blue Tees he could break 90.
Shoot from the help me on this Big Creek. It's Clay Henry is I think banned me from playing there. I'm kidding. Did he play the second to last tees at?
He played the Blue Tees is my understanding.
Okay. Yeah,
I was getting periodic updates throughout the day.
He would not break 90 at Hardscrabble. I think he could break 100, but I don't think
Clay just confirmed he did. Clay Maxey, he did play the Blue Tee.
Okay.
Which there is because I've played the blue and the white at Big Creek, and it is several strokes more difficult from the Blue Tees.
Speaking of trash talk, there's a little trash talk leading up to this Ole Miss Georgia game we're going to get into in our opening drive with Lane Kiffin. But yeah, I think Bart would break 100. I think I could beat him
here
at Hardscrabble.
Come on down.
I'm waiting on this. Like he didn't step up to it again. As a guy
I'll wear my referee shirt. I'll referee the match for you.
As a guy that really likes Bart, that seemed to be ducking playing basketball for an entire year. I hope he doesn't duck this challenge. I will not win at another golf course, but I think I could beat him at home.
We'll get Tommy out there on the course. He can commentate it live. It'll be beautiful. We'll get music queued up. It'll be a real production.
Yeah.
Doug says Big Creek is a tough course. He played it dozens of times, and he shot his best score ever at Big Creek, and it was 13 years ago.
Much like number one at Hardscrabble, number one at Big Creek, you do not want to be in the driving range. That is out of bounds.
Is the driving range to the right or left?
To the right.
Oh, that's not good for me with my slice.
But there's some trees over there to protect you a little bit. But number one's a great opening hole at Big Creek. Gentle uprise up the hill, big wide fairway, couple bunkers guard the left and right. Then the green's challenging, got some slope to it. But maybe I'll need to have a series. But I would love to see Bart. I would love to see Bart come down and play at Hardscrabble.
I don't know. They're too snobbish to come down south of the tunnel.
As I said, there is a world here south of the tunnel.
I don't know why, and this goes back to the Little Rock and Northwest Arkansas rivalry, and there to a certain extent, River Valley and Northwest Arkansas have it. I've never understood that. And you explained it to me like when someone grows, someone gets led. We were talking about this a month or so ago before the Little Rock game, or I've never made sense. I have friends in every pocket of this state, friends that's never made a big deal to me. I don't understand why people look down at that. I've never understood it. No. It's just not me.
It's just a rival because when someone's winning, someone else is losing. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it centers around that stadium, but a lot of it also centers around what is the epicenter of business in our state. For decades, it was Little Rock. And now it's maybe moved northwest a little
bit.
I think that
entertainment, education.
Well, I mean, hey, they're both great places. Both great places.
You're going to have to set the parameters. Brennan's asking here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline what the parameters are of this match.
Stroke play. We're trying to. If we're trying to break 90, then no, it's stroke play because you can't knock 4 out of bounds, 3 in the water. That's real golf is stroke play. Not that listen, there's a time and place for match play, but I think stroke play is it. That way you're never completely out of it. You're not closed out on 13 or 14, but you're never completely in the got it until you're in the hole on 18.
Text in 501 Diamante Country Club in Hot Springs would be a great track for Bart to play.
That's a hard
great course.
too.
That'd be fun to have a competition. Again, Bart would win the majority of these, I believe, but I think I could get him at home. I think.
All right, Bart, you heard the challenge.
He's getting text all morning and didn't respond to
minus
him.
150 at hardscrabble. Take those.
Do what?
I'll take time minus 150.
Minus 150.
I'll get caught. Hey, we can get action on this now.
What is?
All
didn't we lose this?
Hardscrabble's
Didn't
in
we
great
lose?
shape.
Real quick, before we're done with the golf talk after this. Didn't we lose this weekend in the Maxwell Cup?
Yes.
Okay.
Again.
At home.
Again.
Why didn't you play? They needed the ringer.
Well, I'm no ringer, but no, it wasn't very close. But we won the party though. We did win the tailgate.
At least our guys wore ties, unlike the Ryder Cup team.
Yeah, that's true. The team photo looked great.
Sorry, that's a little niche conversation. We'll talk football in just a sec.
All right, opening drive coming up. Be sure and get on the Bet Saracen app. We've already established Ty is minus 150 in the Ty versus Bart challenge at Hardscrabble. So Ty's minus 150. You can get on that. Seriously, lines up for this weekend. 7.5. I didn't look this morning. 7.5 is where it was yesterday. All the action on Arkansas. You can check it out there. There's also some bonus plays you can get for NFL and college football this weekend with some bonuses on parlays as well. It's all inside the Bet Saracen app.
The ball question, you and Kirby, probably some of the more demonstrative coaches on the field. Who do you think burns more calories in a game, you or him?
I don't know. That's a good question. I walked by the TV and saw his press conference today, so it don't look like he's burned too many calories.
What? I talked to no one, the SEC office-wise, and I stand by what I talked about after the game. Worried about Ole Miss.
This is the opening drive.
You are a liar, sir.
He is. I agree.
You are
Great
a
job.
liar.
Great job on that, Colton. So a couple of things. I should have. This is my fault. The podcast that Lane Kiffin went on this summer, Theo Vaughn, he talked about how there's an SEC coaches group text, and then after Ole Miss beat Georgia last year, he sent a funny text to the group talking about Kirby, and apparently he did not respond well to that. Some of the coaches do, some of the coaches don't. So Kiffin
Got butthurt a little.
Yeah, Kiffin's team's undefeated. They're confident. College game day in town. Heading to Athens, Georgia. 2 years ago, they lost. They finally got him at home this past year. The late Monty Kiffin talked about how they needed to really improve that defensive line for Ole Miss. They were able to do that, and that's one of the reasons they won. But this is the first true test for Ole Miss in 25. And the characteristic, they've had easier schedules with some of the non-conference opponents they've played, but this has been a game or two. And I say that LSU is a big test. I've skipped that, but this is a bigger one. You're on the road and everything else. This is going to tell a lot about if Ole Miss is a true, and they are a true contender to this point, but really want to see what they do in Athens this weekend.
Yeah, I've always had a lot of respect for Kirby. Pretty well rooted for him. Got a friend, a close friend that's a Georgia fan. So if all other things were equal, I rooted for Georgia for him. But I'm off the Kirby train now.
Wow. After one
no integrity.
incident.
I mean, he's a liar. He's a liar. So I'm out. I'm out on Kirby. He is.
No, I don't blame you. That's to. But can you
don't tell me you were running down the sideline. First of all, it's the least masculine thing. If you are running down the sideline clapping the way he claims he was, that's about the least masculine thing I've ever seen out of a football coach, number one. Number two, he was clearly calling time out.
Yeah, I saw, so he was doing this. So
liar.
Let me, because I rewatched this play because I wanted to be prepared for when this came up. He was doing the timeout motion, but he was saying they're clapping, and I actually watched it. I didn't see the defensive lineman or linebacker doing it, but I think a safety was clapping during the midst of it. But I agree with you. What he was trying to, he's like, I want a timeout because they're clapping.
You don't get a timeout for that.
If he's wanting a penalty and it doesn't get called, that stinks.
Yeah.
But Georgia, more often than not, gets calls because they have really good players, and a lot of times in situations, they get, I would say, the benefit of the doubt, similar to what Alabama used to get years ago. Not so, and I would say not as much anymore without Saban there.
Now Auburn's getting all those calls.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Not this year. Listen, you know what frustrates me here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday is the two coaches that I'm continually growing to like are at two of my least favorite schools. in Oxford, Mississippi with Lane Kiffin, and in Columbia, Missouri with Eli Drinkwitz. Zach's under the
Just like
impression.
Lane because he's a bro coach.
No, I don't know why I get labeled as a bro. I don't understand that.
Look at your hair.
I have
hair
you
want to be Lane Kiffin.
That I want to stay here as long. I'm holding on for dear life like Dana Holgerson
You
is
go to 92 weddings a year. You're definitely a bro.
He has some nice hair, though.
Thank you. But that is an irritating part of playing clips. Is like, man, this guy's coaching for a school that I truly hate, and yet I love listening to him. But it's not like this game needed extra juice. Ole Miss walking in undefeated. Yeah. Georgia doesn't. I mean, they lose another SEC game, they could be out of the SEC championship game, which is a home invitational for them, as we found out in 2002. And anytime they're in, that could be a game this weekend.
How about the fat shaming there?
Yeah.
How about that from Lane?
Well, Kiffin
doesn't look like he's what did he say? Missed any calories?
Yeah.
What was his words there?
Kiffin's lost like 50 pounds. He's not drinking anymore. He's doing like hot yoga.
I think he's lost 50.
I was reading that he lost 50 pounds.
50?
Yeah, that's what it said.
I know he got on his team one time a couple years ago to lose some weight. So he lost 20 pounds himself just to prove I'm doing this with you. Has he lost 30 more? He didn't look like he's 50 pounds. He didn't look 50 pounds.
I'm just telling you what the article I read this morning that said he lost 50. It could be incorrect. Maybe they didn't weigh him from start to finish. I'm just telling you what I read. You know, sometimes what they say about things you read on the internet, but it is pretty wild.
No, Ty, what do they say?
Well, it's not always accurate. Tennessee, Alabama, big rivalry game this weekend. Maybe the best tradition in all of sports post-win, getting to smoke those cigars. And then LSU to Vanderbilt. I think Vandy's still a favorite. So some consequential SEC matchups this weekend. Can't wait. A lot of top 20 matchups.
That is your opening drive this morning, brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, 479-587-3300. Rock, asphalt, ready-mix concrete. Pretty much anywhere you're listening in our listing areas, they have a ready-mix plant or a quarry and the aggregates you need, whether you're in Mountain Home and you need Marion County paving, or whether you're in Northwest Arkansas, they can help you anywhere in our listing area. 479-587-3300. 587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
When we come back, we got our Hog update, heard from some players last night. Going to get back into what Bobby Petrino had to say on Monday. Also want to mention the game time announcement for next week against Auburn that we hadn't gotten a chance to get into yet. Stay with us. It is a What's Your Beef Wednesday edition of the Morning Rush, brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market.
Everybody's talking about Richard's Meat Market because that's my spot. And, of course, Richard and Chris have been around forever.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
I'm based with you, Ty.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter and Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb page.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
He likes to tell us, put your resume on tape. And I feel like that's a big part of what we're doing every day.
This is the Morning Rush
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to make you a morning person. Loading up our omelet biscuit with sausage, ham, and applewood smoked bacon stacked on a fluffy made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Or making a home-style loaded burrito. All that breakfast in a tortilla with crispy hash browns. Good morning, morning person, from Hardee's Country. Download the app and join my rewards for 20% off any breakfast purchase of $10 or more. Registration and minimum $10 purchase required. See app for terms.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet. Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Family owned and operated since 1950, Crabtree RV Center is proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 75 amazing years. From a small dealership on Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith to 17 acres located at the junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, Arkansas, Crabtree RV Center is your one-stop shop for sales, service, and parts. Come celebrate 75 years with us and take advantage of spectacular savings all year long. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Hi, this is Lindsay White, and I'm proud to share that White Office Machines has now officially become part of the Datamax family. You'll continue to see the same local support teams you know and trust, plus industry-leading Kyocera copiers with statewide service and expanded IT, phone, and document solutions. Together, we're stronger, and together we're ready to create a raving fan out of your business. I know my dad and our staff are excited about this new chapter, as it takes our capabilities to a whole new level. For you, learn more at datamaxarkansas.com.
Poto Balloon Fest, Friday and Saturday, October 17th and 18th. Oklahoma's longest running balloon festival. Balloon monster truck, helicopter, and carnival rides. Balloon glows each night. ACBS competition. Fireworks, food trucks, craft vendors. Poto's Balloon Fest. Poto Balloon Fest, Friday and Saturday, October 17th and 18th. Oklahoma's longest running balloon festival. Balloon monster truck, helicopter, and carnival rides. Balloon glows each night. ACBS competition. Fireworks, food trucks, craft vendors. Poto's Balloon Fest.
Contractors, you've got jobs to win and customers to impress. That's why you choose Luxair HVAC systems, built for performance, efficiency, and reliability. And at J&B Supply, we've had your back since 1968. We're a local family-owned distributor that treats our customers like family too, with the products, expertise, and service you need to get the job done right. For over 50 years, HVAC and plumbing pros have trusted J&B Supply in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
It's football season, and that means tailgate parties and gathering with friends. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
107 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, Woo Big Suey. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
I'm gonna have to think about it. You just reminded me that. I never even thought about it till right now, so I'll spend some time thinking about it. It'll be fun. I'll enjoy it.
First game back in Fayetteville as the head coach since the 2011 season. I should have looked up their final game. They played that Mississippi State game where they rocked the Bulldogs' forehead into to Baton Rouge, Petrino's final season as head coach. He was up in the box earlier this year. Obviously, he's back down on the sidelines, but it's a different level, a different feeling for him. And listen, I would definitely say in his past tenure here, he was not necessarily the most, he's fiery, but not necessarily emotional. You heard a little bit in the press conference in Knoxville. I watched it with my own two eyes being there. I wonder if emotions not overtake him, but impact him on Saturday, just being back.
I think we too often associate him 15 years ago with the guy he is now. We saw emotion in his voice. He wasn't brought to tears following the Tennessee game, but he sounded emotional following that game. So I think he has mellowed and softened in that way, but I don't think he's spending a ton of time, waxing poetic over coaching a game in that stadium. He's got a handful this weekend with the Aggies, and I imagine he's more worried how to keep his quarterback clean than he is anything.
Yep, and he'll have the Auburn Tigers in the building next weekend. That game's scheduled for the SEC Network at 11:45. The Mississippi State game's either going to be at 2:30 or 3:30, so you're only going to have one night game this season when Missouri comes to town the Saturday now after Thanksgiving. You used to play that game on Friday, but that game's going to be now on Saturday. They used to move it back, and I guess with the ESPN taking over all the games, is that why? It switched last year, didn't it?
It for the longest time, of course, Arkansas, LSU, and then when OU joined the league, they moved the Iron Bowl there for a year or two and moved Arkansas off that day.
Nope.
Saban said no. Arkansas got put back in that spot. I'm 50-50 on it. I mean, I would just soon play it Saturday, mainly because I think it gives a lot of the people that work around that program some time with their family on Thanksgiving, and particularly on the years you're at home, like this year, man. When you play on Friday, there is no Thanksgiving for the team. There is no time for the coaches with their family or the hundreds of support staff that are all there. So I mean, at least if you play on Saturday, you have at least a few hours on Thanksgiving Day to be with their family.
What are the odds?
Maybe that's not a good reason to pick that, but that's one reason I'd pick it.
Now, what are the odds? Let's see. You got Texas, LSU as Missouri as your permanent rivals for at least, I say permanent, next 4 years. They're your rivals.
Semi-permanent.
Semi. What are the odds that they move that LSU game back?
To the end of the year?
To the end of the year. Is that done?
That's a TV decision.
Okay.
And I think they really who's more likely to be in the mix for the SEC championship game or a playoff seed? LSU and OU or Arkansas and LSU?
LSU and Oklahoma.
And that's why that game fits better there.
It used to be us.
If Arkansas if Texas and Oklahoma would be willing to move to the end of the year, that'd be a great final game of the season. But they're not going to move that, and they're not going to have it because it has to be part of the state fair. Texas and Texas A&M now play in that spot. So would you not move that off? So I mean, there's just a lot of moving pieces. When you move one thing, okay, who would OU now play in week 13 or whatever that is, your 12th game of the year? Who would OU, if you put Arkansas and LSU together, who would OU play?
I don't care.
I
figure that's the response
scheduling
you would give.
In scheduling, every action has a reaction. So
LSU, help me on this, guys. LSU's permanent opponents are the Razorbacks, the Ole Miss Rebels, and is that Oklahoma's their permanent one? Is that their last one in football? The next 4. I keep saying permanent. Next 4 years.
For who?
LSU.
I think it might have been Texas A&M. But
is it Texas A&M? Yeah, double check on that. All right, that is your Hog update this morning. It is brought to you by our friends, as always, at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Also wonder with the passing of Mark Womack, I saw that announced over the weekend, who will take over the kind of scheduling duties and assignments for the league. Because Mark Womack had been a fixture for a long time with the Southeastern Conference, back to Mike Slive's days as commissioner, and he was one of the chief lieutenants there with Greg Sankey. So that's a big leadership void that the conference has.
Because they have that, and they have the associate commissioner that they're still trying to hire, right? So that's 2 voids that they're trying to figure out.
But Mark Womack, and I don't know all the internal operations and duties, but scheduling was certainly one of the things he oversaw.
And I don't know if he even wants to leave Fayetteville, but does KT get a shot at that? He was there yesterday.
Kevin Trainer?
Yeah. Probably know
he
more
would be
than
qualified.
I don't know if he wants to leave
I don't know if
Fayetteville.
his skill set would be one to fit what I don't know what everything Mark Womack did.
Gave Arkansas a terrible schedule. Hate to speak ill of the dead, but that 2020 year, I was just like, my gosh, man. Georgia and Florida.
You were playing 10 SEC games. That's who was next in your rotation. We always think it's a conspiracy, right?
It is.
It is. They woke up that morning and said, how do we make life even harder on the 10th or 11th team in this conference? How do we do that?
Pretty sure he was an Alabama grad. But,
that's exactly what they wake up thinking. Hey, when it comes time for banking, you deserve a pleasant and productive experience and one that puts you first. That's exactly what you'll find at Sterling Bank, your community bank right here in Northwest Arkansas. Top-notch customer service. Every transaction feels personal because it is. They're not just your bankers. These are people that their kids go to school with your kids. You go to church together. You see them around town. Sterling Bank is deeply committed to the people, the businesses, and the organizations right here in Northwest Arkansas. Their passion for growth and progress, it fuels everything that they do. So if you're looking for a local, friendly bank that fits your needs, visit Sterling Bank, Fayetteville, Rogers, and Bentonville, or learn more online at stirbank.bank. That's stirbank.bank. Sterling Bank invested in you, committed to Northwest Arkansas.
Glad you're talking about Richard's Meat Market because that's my spot. And, of course, Richard and Chris have been around forever.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
I'm based with you, guys.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
Hey, Hawk fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based brands.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
I'm not going to say it was a debacle, but what would be the next word up from debacle?
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Wrath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Wrath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, wrathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Family owned and operated since 1950, Crabtree RV Center is proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 75 amazing years. From a small dealership on Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith to 17 acres located at the junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, Arkansas, Crabtree RV Center is your one-stop shop for sales, service, and parts. Come celebrate 75 years with us and take advantage of spectacular savings all year long. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission is to improve the quality of life in our communities. Across the River Valley of Arkansas and Oklahoma, residents and businesses are experiencing the difference of our high-speed internet. Wave Rural Connect Internet provides a reliable residential connection for streaming, gaming, remote work, and homeschooling. Our business solutions provide the speed, stability, and security that you need, whether you're a mom-and-pop flower shop or large business. Check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR. Grit is who you can trust.
TGI Fridays in Fort Smith, where football fans win with 50-cent wings all day, every Monday and Thursday. Just 50-cent wings, boneless or traditional, with a 10-piece minimum. It's perfect for Monday night and Thursday night football. Also, don't forget TGI Fridays' brand new steakhouse menu. Hand-cut 14-ounce ribeyes, juicy 8-ounce bacon wrap fillets, and loaded baked potatoes. Big groups are always welcome after the game, and we're open till midnight on Friday and Saturday. TGI Fridays. Come hungry, leave happy. TGI Fridays at 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Hi, this is Lindsay White, and I'm proud to share that White Office Machines has now officially become part of the Datamax family. You'll continue to see the same local support teams you know and trust, plus industry-leading Kyocera copiers with statewide service and expanded IT, phone, and document solutions. Together, we're stronger, and together we're ready to create a raving fan out of your business. I know my dad and our staff are excited about this new chapter, as it takes our capabilities to a whole new level for you. Learn more at datamaxarkansas.com.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
At Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
You mentioned a half hour or so ago, it's National Grouch Day. It's also a What's Your Beef Wednesday here on the show, so let's put the two together. What are you grouchy about today? I mentioned property taxes due today in Arkansas. You got to pay your property taxes on all the things you already bought, paid sales tax on, paid for time, but you know it's an annual tax that never gives in.
Mm-hmm.
It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. You never really own your home. It's terrible.
I guess
so I'm grouchy about property taxes today. I'm grouchy the fact that it's getting dark now about 6:30.
That's where I was.
6:45. It was dark at 6:38 last night.
Yeah.
Grouchy about that.
Okay.
What are you grouchy about?
Well, that was where I was going to go. I'll add on to your property tax the fact that I didn't know that it was due, so I got to double check and make sure I don't owe anything in my car or my my house, which I probably do. I think it's probably going to be like $134 or something on the car. I think the house stuff is built in with the escrow, but I should probably know that at 30 years old. But still some elements of my life I've not completely figured out.
Did you finance your home with a bank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for it in cash. I wish I could pay for it in cash. That'd be awesome. As far as like football.
I would imagine your property taxes in your home or your real estate taxes are good. Your personal property, however, you got to do that yourself.
Today. Okay.
Yeah.
Yippee. I get
It's
to go
ridiculous that we have to pay on the home we purchase. It is just it's ridiculous.
The biggest, probably the craziest day of the year at the DMV. That's what you're saying? Where I'm
No, you don't pay there. Well, you can pay there, but I mean, you pay at your county tax collector's office.
Well,
I just do mine online, but it still stinks typing that into the screen to take it out of my bank account.
Jamie,
and then they charge you a service fee on that.
Yeah.
Not for my credit card. No, here's the routing number and the account number, and there was still a service fee. Baloney. It doesn't cost you anything to ACH that out. You're just stealing from me. Baloney.
That's a good point. I'll pay credit card fees because I know small
Yeah,
businesses.
there's 2 or 3% that costs you, but
Yeah.
it doesn't cost you money. The bank doesn't charge you money. They charge me like $4 or something like that. Just baloney.
Some more text here in the Lewis Automotive Group hotline to the question, what's your beef today, here on a Morning Rush Daily Question.
What do you grouch you about?
Jamie says that he agrees with you on the property tax. Hogball says that Northwest Arkansas has the worst drivers in America, and Doug and Mountain Home is mad that we're not forcing any turnovers. Arkansas ranks 128th this season in turnover margin. I think it was -5 when I looked it up this morning. So they're not getting to the quarterback. They're not forcing turnovers, and yet defenses are ripping the ball out of yours. You are one of the worst teams in all of college football. You're, I think, one of the top 8, if I remember reading that right, worst teams in turnover margin and fumbles in college football.
Yeah. A guy from Harrison on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline says, write a check. There are no fees. Write a check in person, no fees. Well, that means I got to go there and wait in line.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that for $4.
Chris in Fayetteville suggested.
But they know that, so that's why they charge me $4.
Go to the county collector's website and you'll search your information.
It takes literally less than 5 minutes, Ty.
Yeah.
Just get Tommy on a tangent real quick and then just log on and pay it. You really can.
Collector's website.
Like Sebastian, you're in Sebastian, SebastianCounty.org or something like that.
All right.
I did it yesterday. It was fairly easy. I had to pay in Baxter County and in Sebastian.
I think another beef of mine here for a Morning Rush Daily Question is Arkansas's lost, and kind of dating back to the Texas A&M thing that we started with this morning. Since 2014, you've lost by a touchdown or less 7 times. 3 games this season decided by a total of 10 points. 7, 3, and did I do that math right? No, 6, 3, and 1. Jeez, 6, 3, and 1. You've had
that
3
totals
games.
what?
10.
All right, just making sure
6,
you
3,
get
and
that
1.
far.
I had it right, and I had it written down. I wasn't looking at it, but 6, 3, and 1. Ole Miss by 6. Tennessee by 3, 34-31, and Memphis 32-31. So that's a beef that they I feel like we're just watching the same team that we've watched the last 5 years, even under Bobby Petrino, who people were like, well, they're going to do this. And there were some positive things to take away in Knoxville this past week. I don't want to make light of some of the things that we did see that were positive, but they did turn the ball over 3 times and had a turnover on downs, which is just more of the same, unfortunately. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Number 1 place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas. I'm actually eating lunch with Christian Olson and Nate Gearhead next Friday. I know, again, 2 big Razorback fans. They're excited about college football, the NFL at Cart Path. They've got league play going on right now. You can play one over 1,000 different golf courses. Go to cartpathsocial.com or stop by and see him. 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Don't have to be an avid golfer. This could be a team building exercise or whatever at Cart Path Social.
Maybe we need to get Bart there. He can break 90 if we can get him to Cart Path Social. Work on that game.
Knock it out.
You feel pretty confident. You said earlier you could beat him now, right?
I think I could beat him at Hardscrabble.
He showed you something.
I don't think I could beat him somewhere else. I think the idea of losing to a former intern would cause him to choke. I don't think that he...
Elaborate on that for us.
Well, when you work for... It would be maybe not the exact same equivalent, but if you ever lost to me straight up on a golf course, I mean, you would...
I would have beat myself that day.
Yeah.
Or you have dramatically improved.
You would be in a...
But you have gotten better.
Yeah, you would be in a state of mind that you don't know if you could ever function in society ever again if you lost to me in golf. Because it's not going to happen. Bart and me are closer in skill set, I think, based on what I saw yesterday. It is our home course, so I would think I have the advantage there. He's the better golfer, though. I'm not getting any strokes, but yeah, I think I'd take it. When you are the favorite in
gotta make this happen.
Yeah, when you are the favorite in anything, there's a pressure associated. Just like there's pressure with A&M coming in this weekend. I listened to Mike Elko earlier this week. They're undefeated. They've got the targets on their back. Arkansas is, they're 2-4 and they're only a 7-point dog. We know how this game has gone over the years, and I know that whether it's Larry Worth talking about none of this stuff matters, only what matters is Saturday.
No, we worrying about 2025. We ain't worrying about the years in the past, the years to come. We worrying about 2025.
Yeah, just worry about Saturday.
Well, you got to worry about that Texas A&M defensive line. You have to worry about Marcel Reed getting out of the pocket. Well, you probably don't have to worry about Le'Veon Moss. You do have to worry about Reuben Owens and the rest of that backfield. So
they're not going to play with 10.
No, they're not. They're not. So there's a lot of but again, it's the same idea. It's like they're coming in. They're coming in with the target on their back. They're going into a hostile environment. So hopefully they choke. We'll see. There's not a lot you can hold on to as an Arkansas fan with like sure confidence. Say we're going to win this game on Saturday.
What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Richards Country Meat Market. I'm watching the forecast. Looks like rain still before the game, but now they've extended rain chances out to about 3 o'clock, and about an inch of rain in Fayetteville is forecasted for Saturday. So get your tailgating plans. You're going to need your tents. You're going to need your grills under the tent, all that stuff for Saturday, or maybe a home gate and then go to the game. Richards Country Meat Market has everything you need, from bacon wrap fillets to gourmet burgers, fresh kebabs, house-made sausages, and more. Call them now. They can have it all ready for you to pick up and be ready for this weekend. 479-443-0000. Or I like wandering in at 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville. Wander through the kind of little maze of items. They've got a lot of local spices and syrups and honeys and pastas. And, I mean, just goes on and on, the things they have there that are locally made. You can find it all at Richards Country Meat Market, online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
I'm almost out of my Ring of Fire hot sauce bottle, which was, it was big. For those that watch on a video, it's a big, but I put it on everything, so I need to go stock up on that again. One of the things, Arkansas offensively, again, the turnovers, that was the main key in this game this past weekend in Knoxville. But kind of what led to those, it sounds like, was some communication issues that Corey Robinson touched on last night.
We just need to communicate better, in a stadium like that as well. That's very imperative. And, even though we had a lot of good moments, the areas we had negative plays, it really just came down to communication. So for us, we're just trying to make sure that we're all on the same page moving forward.
Not that the crowd doesn't get loud on an offensive series, which at times you have to. I remember the late Ryan Mallett having to do this against Alabama a couple times, but that is something that the O-line doesn't have to deal with these next 3 weeks. And when you think about those turnovers, Tommy, where you had guys running free from Tennessee that led to a couple Talon fumbles, I mean, that changed the football game. And so while Texas A&M is a really good defensive team and they've got stacked, I don't know if you'll necessarily have those communication issues with not having to play in this environment.
Can you limit turnovers to one? Because the idea that the offense is never going to turn the ball over is not reality. Problem is your defense isn't getting enough takeaways. You're -5 this year in turnovers margin. So we need to see if Arkansas's defense can finally produce some turnovers. If you could be +1, +2, you got a chance to win this game. Mm-hmm. But Arkansas lost last weekend at Tennessee because of the turnovers. I mean, that's the doorstep I lay it at. It didn't the fourth down call. It didn't end the game clock management. Why did the third quarter come off the rails? Turnovers. Mm-hmm.
So if you're a Razorback fan, and while you watch more of the same this past week, if you're listening outside of Brian, we all are, doesn't that also, in a sense, give you hope that, guys, we turned the ball over basically 4 times, and yet we only lost that game by 3? Or is that just like, oh, well, just more of the same? I don't really care. It doesn't matter. Because to me, it's like, okay, the defense played better.
Well, you got to stop turning it over, though.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there.
You turned it over 3 times. You were down by 17.
How many games you win turning it over 3 times?
Not many.
Not many.
I bet it's less than 15%.
Well, think about the turnover differential in the Notre Dame game favored the Fighting Irish, as it did in Knoxville.
Did not matter.
As it did in Oxford, and the one in Memphis, I think they got you 3-2, if I remember that right.
But it was the timely turnover.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all you had to do was get down in that game and kick a field goal, and you walk out a winner.
It's like
Sam Pittman's probably still your coach.
You know what's wild to me is Mike Washington, prior to his fumble in Memphis, had not fumbled the ball in his career in Buffalo or New Mexico State. Braylon Russell, prior to his fumble in Knoxville, had not fumbled the ball here at Arkansas. And yet, in the most inopportune times, it ended up costing you the game. I don't know Jaylen Brown's stats off the top of my head if he's fumbled or not, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if at Florida State and wherever else he was at that he hadn't fumbled the ball. That is just the Arkansas MO right now, is these turnovers that have plagued your team, not just this year, but really since 2020.
Hey, Art's Barbecue is going to have the smoked brisket queso back for this Saturday. So be sure and check that out. You can call now and order yours if you need it to go or maybe to take to the game. If not, stop in and watch the game at 2:30 at Art's on Saturday. They got TVs all around the restaurant, and a great place to watch the game. Burgers are $1 off on Saturday, including the sloppy pig. But smoked brisket queso, 6 kinds of cheese that they blend together, that chopped brisket, then they put it on the smoker. It is an awesome explosion of flavor. Art's Barbecue, 2 doors east of Lowe's on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Brad in Springdale saying the defense did not play better here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. I would argue against that, Brad. Not that they're great by any stretch of the imagination, but I think if you watch that last game against Tennessee, that was the lowest point total that the ball scored all season. He got some timely stops.
Situational football.
Yeah, they're not great. 2 of 9 on third down. That was what the Vols ended with. I thought they played better this last week. You just have to parlay that into the Texas A&M game this weekend. Richard Davenport coming up momentarily here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Your calls and texts are welcome as well. 877-377-6963. Hour number 2 coming up next.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanar.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're at the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based brands.
He means the website, which is shop on Razorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
With the helpful hardware, folks. Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Now through October 31st, get $10 off per gallon of select paint and exterior from Clark Kensington, Ace Royal, and Wood Royal brands at locally owned Yeager's Hardware. Yeager's, real help, real savings. Now open in Barling.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Freshen up your golf game at the Golf Nut. We've got the latest apparel and head covers from Pins and Aces, plus new shirts and shorts from Red Vanley. Ghost golf bags are here in Sunday bag, carry, and card 14 styles. Zero torque putters are the hottest thing on the greens. Check out our models from TaylorMade, Lab Golf, and Odyssey. For precision on every shot, we've got rangefinders from Blue Tees and Bushnell. Visit the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
This is Zachary Hall, the Arkansas Storm Tracker. The GM Mart team is excited to announce their Customer Appreciation Day on Thursday, October 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There will be specials all day long, including a big 99-cent menu with Crispitos, corn dogs, chicken tenders, and more. Be sure to wait to fill up your gas tanks that week. The discounted prices will be worth it. Plus, they're drawing for a gas card. You can sign up for your chance to win all week in store. 99-cent sausage biscuits will be available at the GM Mart Phoenix Avenue location Monday through Friday. Don't miss out on Customer Appreciation Day at GM Mart on Phoenix Avenue, Thursday, October 23rd.
Arkansas is our place. It's our place to keep it beautiful. So get your hands dirty and do your part during the Great Arkansas Cleanup, happening now through October 31st. Find events all around the state, or even better, host your own event and recruit your friends. Let's team up and get this done. Learn more and sign up today at keeparkansasbeautiful.com. A message brought to you by the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission, this station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be into the lower 80s. Later on tonight, mainly clear and overnight low, mid to upper 50s. And then as we head into Thursday, lots of sunshine, low 80s. Friday, we end the week with sunshine and a high into the low to mid 80s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grant Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal? I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Alex Collins is the running back. He's got blockers to the left. They give it to him. He's stopped. He's win. Allen works on the gun. Blocks a crossing route. Allen fires. Knocked down. It's over. What a thrilling game in overtime. 28-21 is the final. Action. Allen looking end zone. Intercepted and that'll end the game. The exclamation point. Texas A&M does it again to Arkansas. Cam Little to take the lead for the Hogs. It hit the top and rains down into the end zone. 41 on the clock. 2 timeouts. Green back to throw. In trouble. Pressure coming. Green set. Balls out. And recovered by Texas A&M.
Live from the Bushlight Studios. With Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. And produced by Colton Little. This is The Morning Rush.
So I think I'm in the clear in the property tax snafu, because according to the online portal that Colton directed me to go to, for those that missed it, I forgot or didn't know that today was the final day before paying a penalty to pay your property taxes. It says, according to the records, no 2024 taxes are due.
Well, then you're good.
That mean I paid him.
That means you
and
paid him.
I think judging by the mortgage app, that I'm good there on the escrow and everything else.
Absolutely.
I just swipe the card, worry about it later. In this case, it's not.
Love your organization. Yeah, put that in your planner for next year.
I'm used. I did. That's what.
Yeah.
Did you not see me right during the break? January 7th, pay property.
Normally, I do watch every move you make during the break and take notes, but I failed to do so during the.
I'm
during
like the
last
most
break.
organized, disorganized person you will ever meet. This planner is a lifeline of my life.
What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market, our favorite place to go to get a fresh cut steak, gourmet burgers, fresh kebabs, and bacon wrap fillets right here in Northwest Arkansas. Perfect for your tailgate this weekend. 479-443-0000 to place your order, or richardscountrymeatmarket.com. So that's where we begin. Hopefully the tailgating doesn't get all messed up this weekend, but it looks like about an inch of rain.
Yeah.
Saturday morning starting early and leaving Northwest Arkansas as of right now, early afternoon.
I was talking to our team member, Jen, about that, because we're going to be at the stadium shop on Razorback. I'm excited to see Robert Elizabeth, Matthew Raleigh, and the team there. But it looks like it's going to be gone before kickoff, Tommy. But as you said, for those that are attending this game and tailgating and having some fun before, it's going to be kind of a dreary Saturday, unfortunately.
Lots of games. We got MLB playoffs. We got a lot of sports going on right now. Baseball playoffs coming up as they resume with the championship series in the AL and NL. We got Thursday night football tomorrow night with the NFL, and then, of course, a full slate Saturday and Sunday, both days. The Oakland Sports app, if you haven't downloaded that, do that now in the Apple or Google Play Store. If you sign up now for the first time, you get a free second chance bet the first 10 days. I would need them all 10 days because my first bet wouldn't work out. Up to $100, they give you a bonus bet of equal value for the first 10 days, so up to $1,000 there. And then if you're an existing customer or a new customer, qualifying three-leg parlays get a profit boost right now as well, and there's other specials available. That's the Oakland Sports app. Download it now in the Apple or Google Play Store. Arkansas's best sports betting app is Oakland Sports.
Do you know what the preservation room is for?
Delicious jams and jellies? No. Richard Davenport on the Morning Rush is brought to you by House of Webster. From the heart of Arkansas, House of Webster delivers top-tier jams, jellies, and sauces with a flavor you can't find anywhere else.
Man, the myth, the legend, Richard Davenport, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, joins us now. RD, game this weekend. First time you've been in Fayetteville this year against an SEC opponent. I know there's a lot of decommitments here in the last couple weeks or so. You tend to get these later on in the week. I know a lot of kids will tell you Friday or Thursday if they're coming on Saturday, but maybe a number. What kind of recruiting visits are we looking at this weekend, just with so many decommitments as of late?
Obviously going through a coaching change, interim head coach, it may cut down on it a little bit, but I would estimate anywhere from 50 to 60 kids, especially being a 2:30 game. The 11 o'clock game for Notre Dame, that it was around 40, 45. But it should be around 50, 60. I don't know. We'll obviously know, like you said, a little bit more later in the week.
So Bobby Petrino had some good classes back when he was the head coach here at Arkansas. And you correct me if I'm wrong, I think he actually recruited the highest class in Razorback football recruiting history. What do you think his recruiting prowess is in 2025, and especially with talking kids that maybe don't know as much about the success he's had back at Arkansas?
No, that's the key. That is the key, because he was fresh off of a run at Louisville, the NFL, his first time, and some kids really don't know much about him. I mean, they're some of the more educated kids about college football or so may have a good idea, but quite a few kids probably don't, and they'll have to research. But back when he first was hired the first time, you knew about Bobby Petrino. But right now, I'm sure it would take a little bit more education for kids to know about him. There would be some that would know about him and know his past, and same for parents. And you probably have more parents knowing about Bobby Petrino than you would kids. So the key is obviously is hiring a good staff, and then obviously the NIL situation. It's supposed to be kind of a more playing field, going forward next year. But we all know that that probably won't be the case with the lack of enforcement. So you're going to have to have a good staff, and obviously have an attractive NIL situation for kids. It's supposed to be just dividing around 12, 13, $14 million per football program, but that's probably not going to be the case in a lot of situations, unfortunately.
With T. Will and Woodson and Deke Adams gone, that's 3 fewer salespeople, if you will, coaches out, working recruiting, working the phones, being available. How has that affected Arkansas, number one? And we've seen a lot of decommitments that put, you're behind where you'd like to be for 26. How or can you catch up at this point, being in this transition?
Well, you recruit like you plan to be there. That's the only thing that you can do, and hope for the best, and hope that you win enough games and Coach Petrino is retained, and and he keeps some of the staff or most of the staff. Yeah, obviously, he's been there for 2 years, and he's been able to evaluate the assistants that are currently on the staff, and he'll make decisions after the season if he's retained, and go from there. But they've had 9 decommitments since Coach Pittman and the other coaches were let go. Three decommitments prior to that, but one was kind of a mutual deal, and but the 9 after Coach Pittman was released. So they have 15, and I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised that there hasn't been more. It probably, some of these kids are, being recruited by some of the staff that are still on board. Some are, have lost their coaches, like when Deke Adams was released. 3 of the 4 defensive linemen have decommitted. Colton Scarborough has stayed on board from Durant, Oklahoma, and that's kind of surprising to me. But in the past, usually when you have a coaching change, and I did a little bit of research on this and wrote about it recently. Coach Bielema's first class, I think, had about 4 or 5 guys, something like that were originally committed to Arkansas before he got there. He retained those guys, and it's usually a handful, maybe slightly more, depending on the situation. Most of the kids that stay on board are usually in-state kids, but there are some kids from out of state that have their heart set on Arkansas, regardless of who the coach is, and would like to be there. So, but I would say anywhere from a handful to a little bit more than a handful usually hang on during a coaching change. But you just can continue to recruit like you've been doing, and hope for the best.
Speaking of coaching changes, how about former Razorback quarterback Alex Mortensen taking over as the interim RD in Birmingham is for the UAB Blazers for the fired Trent Dilfer, obviously the son of the late Chris Mortensen, his real first crack at a head coaching opportunity. What do you think about a guy that I know you've known for about 2 decades now?
Yeah, Alex is I can't say enough about him. Obviously, his dad was a legend, and he takes after his dad as far as his character and how he treats people, and have stayed in touch with him through the years, and most recently at UAB, we've talked a couple of times. But you just hope that somehow he can turn it around a little bit and win a few games and maybe get the full-time gig. Now I haven't paid attention recently to the offensive numbers, but earlier in the year I was. And I noticed they weren't losing because of the offense, and I think he's shown that he's got a good offensive mind. Heck, against Arkansas last year, he gave Arkansas fits with his offense. So, man, I'd love to see him be able to keep that gig and move up the ladder through the years. But he'll land somewhere if he doesn't. But he's a really good guy, and somebody you'd want your son to play for.
It helps when you have a chance to coach under Nick Saban, which I know he spent some time in Tuscaloosa, if I remember that right. I forget when. As Kirk Cinetti, who we're seeing what he's doing in Bloomington. One of his other Big Ten counterparts, James Franklin, no longer at the school he was originally hired at. I wonder your perspective, RD. I'm not necessarily getting you on the ear to the ground saying, hey, I've heard this, I've heard that, but with an SEC background and having success at the Power 4 level, is James Franklin, if interested, is that a coaching candidate that Arkansas should be going after?
I think so. What he did at he's the first one that turned Vanderbilt around. I mean, he won at Vanderbilt. I can't remember all the details, but I would imagine he was the first one to win at Vanderbilt in probably decades. Could be wrong, but he's the one that kind of got it going in the right direction and helped it get to where it is right now. Obviously, you got to give the current head coach and his staff a lot of credit, but he recruited at a pretty high clip at Vanderbilt, the best that I can recall. I remember he got some kids I didn't think he was able to get, and he was. And talking to somebody that knows him fairly well, what you hear about him as a person, and I know people, some people say they don't care about how good of a person they are. They just want to win. Well, the mamas have a strong opinion about the character of a head coach, and I think he's shown that he's a good man, and the person that I know that has interacted with him quite some time has just really praised him as not only as a good man but a great man. But I think he would be a good candidate, and I think he would do well.
And I agree with everything you said there, but he's also a coach that's been fired, and we're going to have more coaching carousel. I mean, probably the most open jobs we've seen in several years, particularly coming off rev share, where I think a lot of ADs were apprehensive a year ago. Is it a marketing, booby trap, or is it a problem when you try to go hire a coach that just got fired from their last situation and bring him in and make your fan base, make your recruits, make everyone believe that, hey, this guy that couldn't do it over here is going to get it done here? Is that going to be a problem for Franklin and a lot of other coaches that have been dismissed to this point?
Well, I mean, with Franklin, I mean, you got to look at his record. I mean, I know there was some frustration that his top 25 record against top 25 competition wasn't the best. But you look at you look at a lot of coaches, and when they play top 25 programs, if you're over 500, you're doing pretty good. So I think if you look at his total record, I think you could excite some people, and there's going to be some people that would say, no, he just got fired. You're hiring him, and he was 3-3 when he got fired. So I think overall, I think the fans would embrace him, but I think that some probably wouldn't until he showed that he was worthy. And if he was worthy, then they would say, okay, we were wrong. So, as far as the NIL and stuff like that, I tend to think if you look at his record, not just what's happened recently, I think you could do some things there. But at the same time, I mean, hey, he just came off of a pretty good season last year, and obviously the frustration of losing some games that maybe he shouldn't have lost, but did. Obviously led to the situation we're in now.
Well, speaking of doing things, RD, House of Webster's been making the best jams, jellies, and salsas for the past 90 years right here in Arkansas, located at Rogers, 1013 North 2nd Street. I brought home 2 burritos on the trip back from Knoxville Sunday, dipped them in that Carolina Reaper or salsa. Whether it's jams, jelly, salsa, they have it all at House of Webster and Rogers.
Yeah, hey, I took some over to a friend's house the other day for the game, and he likes a little bit of heat, and he did the Carolina Reaper, and he's going to be a customer going forward. So again, if you like a little bit of heat, I mean they got all kinds of sauces, but if you like a little bit of heat, the Carolina Reaper is definitely one to get, because I guarantee you, my buddy, he's sold on them.
John, Mike, Angela, Greer, whole team at House of Webster would love to see you in Rogers, or go to houseofwebster.com.
You brought a box of some stuff in the other day, and I ended up with a caramel apple butter jelly. My wife had made some homemade bread, and she put some of that on there.
Good to go.
Mercy me, it was good.
Oh no, I haven't gotten any of that.
Yeah, try the caramel. I think it's caramel apple butter. It's just normal apple butter.
Put that in your box. I knew you'd like that.
That was a good one right there.
Thank you, brother Mike.
God, that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll let you go so you can go get some, Richard. Enjoy this weekend, okay? I'll see you there at the press box. Richard Davenport, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, brought to you by the House of Webster. Apple butter is just...
Yeah, it used to be more common. You'd go to certain restaurants in our area, they bring out homemade biscuits and apple butter, kind of like you would chips and salsa at a Mexican restaurant.
I heard
you don't see apple butter as often as you used to.
I don't have the clip, but Julie and Neil, I believe, and maybe it was Larry Worth too. Colton, you probably heard this. Had never had apple butter before, and they had it for the first time last week at the coaches show. So anything like apple infused, I feel like in a butter or spread is pretty stinking good.
I don't know. I've never made apple butter. I've just eaten it. I don't know what makes it the brown that it is. Sugar, brown sugar. I'm guessing brown sugar.
I'm not the question to ask on that. Well, we heard from 4 guys you met with last night. I say met with the Arkansas media did. You had Rohan Jones, Corey Robinson, Larry Worth, and Julian Neal, who I just mentioned. And they talked a little bit about Petrino.
He just brings that fire, and he's just going to demand the most out of you every play. He know how to get a team going. He know how to get that energy going. He right there with us for sure.
So that's not necessarily the funny clip, but the following kind of the follow up to Petrino is this from Larry Worth and Julian Neal.
I don't know Coach Petrino is as fun. I thought he was just a serious guy all the time, which he is. He gonna get on you all the time. But Coach Petrino, he definitely got a side to him, that y'all don't get to see for the players, only for the players.
Yeah, I've actually never. I don't think I've ever seen Petrino talk before. So. Yeah, I always pictured him in my mind as Michael Myers. I would always see him when we would work out and stuff. He would always be at the end of the field just staring at us. I'm like, dang, who is that?
So that 2 defenders
taking notes, taking mental notes.
Slasher from what is it? Is it Halloween or Halloween?
Halloween.
Okay,
Michael Myers.
I haven't seen that, but that was just kind of a funny reference. I wonder if those guys are going to run today in practice for those comments last night. Just kind of cracking up, but it is. Think about it. Think about it from like being on, and obviously you hear the offensive coordinator say certain things, but now Petrino's not coaching or he's not coaching just the offense. He's coaching the team, so it's something that a lot of these guys don't know him until really these last couple of weeks.
Well, I mean, that wasn't his circle of responsibility, but now it is. He's got to build those relationships. Good thing is the relationship was hopefully at worst neutral, at worst. So, I mean, didn't have a lot of guys to win over, but for the guys that like T. Will and Woodson and Deke Adams, I'm sure they were disappointed, but at the same time, they're there to make their check. They're there to build their opportunity. And I think Petrino's message about what you need to do to put things on tape and to build your own resume hopefully has resonated with both sides of the ball moving forward.
Yep.
They're all in this together because they need to win to help themselves. Petrino needs them to win to get this job.
We hadn't heard from this lady in a while. Miss Lisa has called in.
Where you
been,
girl?
Hogs. What's up?
Well, I'm sitting over here in live and listening to y'all every day and enjoying every minute of it. I am keeping up with this coaching search. I hope it's Petrino. I don't care who knows it. I'm for Bobby Petrino. But I want to ask y'all if y'all been pushing this about Dirk's high school. I hope
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, that
everybody
tighten up a little bit. We got to vote every day because they had about a 70,000 vote lead, and then it kind of tightened up over the weekend.
Well, everybody go vote. Dirk's High School for them to get $1 million football field enhancement. So everybody, please vote. But let me say this about the Razorbacks.
It's about 45,000 votes right now, Miss Lisa. They're ahead by about 45,000. So you're right. Everybody needs to vote.
We need 45,000 people in Arkansas to vote today. There's 11 days left. So vote. What I'm calling about, yes, I've been disappointed this year. I've not jumped off my house yet. But I've come close a few times. I was at the Notre Dame game. Oh, me, I cried. I absolutely cried. But that's the past. I'm looking forward. But I believe we need Bobby Petrino. I don't want James Franklin. I don't want anybody else that people are talking about. I don't want them. Now, they don't care who I want. I'll tell you right now. I was told that plain and clear. They do not care how much I give, how much I go, how much I spend. They say it's none of my business. But I'm here to say,
Who's they? Who's telling you this?
Hunter Yurachek.
Oh.
And let me remind people, and Rick Schaefer also told me that. Randy corrected him. But let me tell you this, guys. If I'm wrong, say, Miss Lisa, you've got the wrong information. Hunter Yurachek has went and interviewed for 3 different jobs and did not get them. Now, if Frank Bulls was still alive, and yes, I live in the past, I'm still a Frank Bulls fan, he would have already fired him and moved on. We need Kevin Scanlon in there. We need some people that put Arkansas first and not their own egos. I don't have a big ego. I just say what I want to say, and if you don't like it, you can hang up on me. It's that simple. But the fans are being overlooked. It's the middle people. It's not the high people, or it's not the low people. It's us people that put aside money to buy tickets, buy gas, buy motel rooms, buy every shirt that Stadium Shop and everywhere else sells. By the way, I like Stadium Shop and Robert and Elizabeth. And I just don't understand. Frank Bulls would be sick to know how the fans have been trampled on and, not being given a voice. We deserve a voice. And thanks to sports radio like y'all have, that's the only way we can get our message out. And if people don't like Bobby Petrino, and then I'll close with this and listen. If you don't like Bobby Petrino, don't watch our games. Get on your knees and repent and ask forgiveness for all the stupid things you've ever done. I'd never be able to get up off my knees. Thank you guys for taking my call, and everybody go vote for the Dirks Outlaws. Thank you.
Took some twists and turns there. It has been reported, I don't know how accurate it is, but about, I think it was Auburn, A&M, and maybe South Carolina. I don't know if that's accurate or not about Hunter looking at other jobs. I don't know. That would tick me.
I have nothing to say on that because I don't know if he took interviews or not. I don't know. Miss Lisa may be 100% right or 100% wrong. I mean, that's not information that he's going to make public. Just because someone puts it on social media doesn't make it accurate.
As far as the fan, I mean, Tommy, you correct me if I'm wrong. Boosters, big-time boosters deciding who the next coach is going to be is in conjunction with the AD and the chancellor has been going on for decades and decades and decades, right? I mean, they decide who they want to put money up for.
I would hate to think that the AD would tell any fan that your opinion doesn't matter and don't want to hear it. But Miss Lisa has a way of giving her opinion. I'll say that. Shouldn't matter how much you give. You don't have to take their counsel. You don't have to go with what they think. But I would hate to think any fan would be told that their opinion doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully not.
That would be just a bad look.
SEC update coming up. Some big games this weekend in the conference where Arkansas is at as well. Before we go to that, we've got to tell you about our friends at Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi. 0% for 60 on all Mitsubishis right now. And stop by and see David. David is a milkshake man. David believes milkshake is a dessert, which thank goodness on that because we agreed there. So you can go have yesterday was National Dessert Day, so you can stop by, grab a milkshake, and go see our buddy David Rath and, of course, our buddy Larry Rath at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith. Both sides of the tunnel serving you. Mighty Key Car Care Center at both locations. And, again, they've got tons of pre-owned inventory, road-ready certified inspection, plus a warranty, which you don't get any other place, it seems like. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale, and the Mikey Car Care Center at both locations. SEC Update is next.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
Because again, Twitter ain't real, and it's just a bunch of bullcrap thrown on message boards.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Dozy Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Dozy Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Have you had Cheerwine yet? The cherry flavored soda has had people coming back since 1917. This is RD with Platinum Distributing. We help bring Cheerwine to the River Valley for you to try. Nothing goes with food like Cheerwine. Burgers, barbecue, pizza, you name it. Okay, now we're hungry and thirsty. Cheerwine is a one-of-a-kind soft drink with a unique cherry taste that has been delighting Southerners for more than a century. Pick up Cheerwine at your local Jam Mart, Harps, and other fine establishments. Cheerwine, uniquely Southern since 1917.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight. About the tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally ahead. It's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas. where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Last week, it was really unfortunate that Kirby's name got associated to something that was a complete lie. He'd never interviewed, didn't talk to anybody at Arkansas. It's a bunch of bull crap put out there to try to create distractions and a narrative that then comes over after the fact, after the game. And it's really disappointing, all right, that this stuff happens. Because, again, Twitter ain't real, and it's just a bunch of bull crap thrown on message boards. So how do I block it out? I ignore it. And I get mad about it when people ask.
It's Missouri head coach Eli Drinkwitz talking about the report rumor, whatever you call it, about his offensive coordinator being linked to the Arkansas job last week. And we were just talking about what could have been one with Hunter, or could have been ones with Hunter there. It's almost like you're so cautious nowadays to say, well, that's true, or say that's true. I feel like that everyone out there, when they see something online, their radar goes up that it's not always true.
No, I mean, people have, for the last 2 weeks, people have repeated to me things they've read. Well, I read this on Facebook. I read this on the internet somewhere. And I was told this guy was a candidate. No, that's someone's opinion. They believe he should be a candidate. Because I believe if we had Hunter Yurachek sitting here in the studio, he may have a list in his head, and he would be as close to it as anybody, or better be.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he really knows who his 3 realistic candidates are at this point.
Well, I want to talk about the domino effect of.
There's still a lot of football to play.
Yeah, of James Franklin coming up, because that is something that we want to get into. Lane Kiffin with some funny comments talking about Kirby Smart's weight this week. Was that smart, you think, on Kiffin's part to kind of poke the bear a little bit? I know that they beat Georgia, and Kiffin's fun. Like, give him credit. He's going to be who he's going to be. But going into Athens, I know Bama did it a couple weeks ago. Is that smart?
So now Georgia's players are going to play harder?
Okay.
I mean, we just assume, well, you make a comment like that, by God, now they're going to play. I mean, you don't think they were taking this top 10 matchup serious anyway? They know what's at stake here. I don't think comments matter one way or the other. If it did anything, it told Kirby's players, Lane Kiffin's players, hey, we need to get our coaches back. We got to play a little harder. I don't think Georgia's players are going to be fired up anymore.
Third Saturday in October, Tennessee to Alabama. Better game this weekend in Athens, or the one in Alabama in Tuscaloosa?
Ooh. Well, because of the sauce, I kind of like Ole Miss Georgia.
Do you?
I
just to me, the historical significance of Tennessee and Alabama.
The cigar game's always good.
Saban's been on record, said that game mattered to him more than Auburn and Alabama, even though he lost more times to Auburn. He never lost to Tennessee until the final year of his head coaching. So I think I would say Tennessee, Alabama this week, just because of the historical part of it.
They're both really important.
Yeah, they're both. I mean, they're huge in the SEC. Alabama yet to lose an SEC game like Ole Miss. Georgia has one loss, and then Tennessee has one loss.
It's a 2 weekend. It's a 2 TV Saturday.
Imagine, so Georgia wins this weekend, and Tennessee wins this weekend. The only undefeated SEC team could potentially be Texas A&M, at least in the SEC. I mean, I got to be honest. I don't think Arkansas is going to. I think they're going to cover this weekend. I don't think they're going to win. But that would be, you talk about being in the driver's seat for Texas A&M. If that shakes out this weekend, it very well could. I could see Tennessee going to Tuscaloosa and win that game. I could see Georgia winning that game. Tennessee's going to have to play a heck of a lot better than they did against Arkansas. But
so Ole Miss, Georgia, same time as the Razorbacks. Arkansas and A&M's on ESPN. Ole Miss, Georgia on ABC. The Tennessee-Alabama game is the night game.
Yeah.
So also on that would compete with that at night.
When's the LSU Vandy game, Tommy?
That is early. It's 11.
That's a
the
big
11 a.m. game on ABC.
Vandy didn't get a night game. That's a bummer.
Yeah. So 10 versus 17 in that game. 5 versus 9 in the Ole Miss, Georgia game. And the night game, Alabama-Tennessee is 11 versus 6. So huge. Probably biggest weekend yet of SEC football.
3 top 25 matchups. And, I mean, last weekend, you think about Texas and Oklahoma. There were some rivalry games last weekend. You just had Texas was unranked. Now they're back in the top 25 after defeating Oklahoma. But this, as you said, should be
they play Kentucky.
a fun weekend.
They don't beat Kentucky 100. Texas.
Texas does.
Yeah, they don't beat Kentucky 100-0. Then something's wrong. Missouri and Auburn's intriguing.
Mm-hmm. Auburn.
Emotional loss for both teams. Different reasons it was emotional. Missouri had a chance to beat Alabama at the end through the interception. Auburn feels like they got screwed over in that game, even though they had they lost 20, didn't score in the second half. So I'll be interested to see how both those teams play off of tough losses last week.
Last note here in your SEC update, I hope a couple things happen, and I guess they kind of counteract one another. I hope Missouri wins this game because the more Missouri wins, I think Eli Drinkwitz is going to be a really hot candidate, at least for the poll. I don't know if he actually goes anywhere.
Well, if he got that mad over his OC allegedly interviewing and it's rumors and lies.
They asked about him as well.
But let's just start one that, he was seen at the Cracker Barrel in Springdale with 100 years. Let's just get something going. Doesn't have to be true, obviously. We'll see if we can get a reaction.
What's the most famous Alma restaurant? He's outside at Sonic with 100.
Oh,
Got the Alma Sonic, yeah.
That would be
46 Steakhouse is where you would go with our buddy Adam Daly, former Hog. That's where you'd go.
Okay. Well, that's your SEC update.
Get in that back room there, that Razorback room. Have some privacy back there. 100%. All right, SEC update brought to you by Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental. At the entrance to Riley Farm, they provide every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family, from general dentistry to braces to implants and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman Farmer, now Dr. Blaine Van Nice, give all of their patients better lives with a better smile and a more confident and comfortable experience every time. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Same-day crowns available. Also, the Snore Guard. Mention you heard it here and get $300 off. 479-226-3500 for an appointment. 226-3500, or again, go to valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
We were talking with Richard Davenport earlier about James Franklin. The Penn State job is opening, and just to get past Franklin, there's a couple connections. Rule went there. Matt Rule, head coach in Nebraska, he's going to be linked to that job. Kurt Signetti, just based on the success at Indiana. If you are, in today's day and age, 2025, if you're having success at a certain school that doesn't necessarily have a ton of football history, like in Bloomington, do you jump ship to a place that you feel like has a better chance to win, or do you have everything set up in place that you feel like that, hey, I can do something? Because Indiana, they went to the college football playoff last year, got blasted by Notre Dame, but it's a year later, they go on the road and win in Eugene. Do you feel like that you jump ship from a school that doesn't have that in 2025?
I think he's making 8.5, 8 point something now at Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
How much more can you go up there? But and again, I don't think it's about the money. Whether you make 8 or make 10 doesn't change your lifestyle. You're already rich beyond your wildest dreams. You go somewhere if they can offer significant more resources.
Okay.
And I'm not sure Indiana they're probably a lot like Arkansas. There's limited resources. There is attention paid to basketball. Indiana's got a lot of similarities to the Razorbacks, not just the school color.
Hold the whole state, and Indiana State's a lesser classification.
There's obviously professional sports in Indiana,
Pacers,
but Colts obviously probably biggest amongst them. But at the end of the day, you got a national championship level basketball program, and you got a football program that's had more downs than ups. Now you're in a period of uptime. Are they willing to put an extra $20 million a year in there to compete with the big boys? I don't know what Indiana's football stadium seats, but it's not the big house. It's a lot like the SEC. You're competing against schools that have 30,000 more seats, 20,000 more seats than you do, more donors, more ticket holders, more money. So I think it's interesting what happens at Indiana, because I think there's a lot of parallels to Arkansas.
And the jobs that potentially and maybe probably are going to come open, one being in Gainesville, Florida, the other being in Auburn, Alabama. If Hugh Freeze loses this weekend in Missouri, I would expect them to fire him on Sunday. I could be proven wrong on that, for them to start 0-3, 0-3, and then 0-4 this year.
I may need to retract some of what I said about any coach's a 3-game losing streak from being fired. You look at some of these buyout numbers. Did you know Kirby's is well over $100 million?
It's 100.
Kirby Smart. It would cost them $108 million. It changes, as the season unfolds. It goes down, but yeah, this is over 100. There's some stupid buyouts out there.
Jeez, Jimmy Sexton.
James Franklin was down the list a little ways at $49 million, $48 million. But yeah, I mean, there's some crazy buyouts.
So Penn State's a better job right now than Arkansas. If Auburn comes open, it's a better job. Florida comes open, it's a better job. Is there another better?
I haven't heard anyone yet that has a smaller budget.
Is there a school out there that is better opening right now than Arkansas, like Virginia Tech, Oklahoma State? Is there anyone?
I'd rather be at Arkansas than Virginia Tech.
Same with Stillwater.
Yes.
So you've got 3 schools, or 1 school right now, 100% because it's open. 2 schools that are probably going to come open in Auburn and Florida. I don't know anywhere else.
Is UCLA a better job?
Don't forget about Birmingham.
Than Arkansas.
Don't forget about the Blazers.
Already have. See, I think Arkansas football is a better job than UCLA football.
Mm-hmm. It's in the Big Ten. Got all that travel.
Oh.
I know they've had some
basketball school.
Yeah,
no question about
surely.
it.
They're second in their city when it comes to college football.
Yeah, and what,
They're about
20th in the state?
Yeah, in the city at least.
Yeah.
Between the
city,
Lakers,
way,
the Rams, the Chargers. I mean, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, the only really cool part of that is you play at the Rose Bowl, all your home games, but that isn't the reason to take that job. I think Arkansas is a better job than UCLA for football.
They're not. We're in trouble.
Yeah. So I mean, when you look at all that. Hey, Pradco's got everything you need, and they got it all in one convenient online location. LureNet.com is the place. LureNet.com, all the exclusive baits and features that you won't find anywhere else, and all the brands that you love that are made in Arkansas, including Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more. That's LureNet.com, free shipping on orders over $35 in the U.S. Just go to LureNet.com. 2:30 for Arkansas at A&M. We'll have it right here for you on ESPN Arkansas on the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. So be sure and make your plans for this weekend to be with us for Arkansas and A&M. We'll have full coverage beginning with Arkansas Game Day live from the Stadium Shop that morning. Hey, Gaston's White River Resort's the place to hang out on the White River. If you've never been to the White River, you're missing out on one of the great features. We talk about amenities. It's one of the real great amenities of being in Arkansas, the White River. Trout fishing that really can't be matched anywhere in North America that you'll find in the tailwaters of the Bull Shoals Dam. Gaston's is the premier place to stay. 80 private cabins and lodges, all with a view of the White River that's second to none. World-class restaurant that'll cook up breakfast, lunch, and dinner for you. And inside your cabin, private kitchens or full kitchens in your private cabin that you can make your own meals as well. And you'll enjoy it. Fast fiber internet to every cabin and throughout the property for you to enjoy as well. 870-431-5202 is the number. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
No, we worrying about 2025. We ain't worrying about the years in the past, the years to come. We worrying about 2025.
Yeah, just worry about Saturday.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. All this month, take advantage of huge discounts on our road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by a comprehensive warranty. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint store, Van Buren.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
Contractors, you know the right equipment makes all the difference. That's why you choose LG HVAC systems. Innovative, efficient, and built to perform. And at J&B Supply, we're more than just a supplier. Since 1968, our family-owned business has provided HVAC and plumbing pros with the products, expert service, and hands-on training to get the job done right. Check out the buzz around LG's new game-changing equipment today. For over 50 years, HVAC and plumbing pros have trusted J&B Supply in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Now through October 31st, get $10 off per gallon of select paint and exterior from Clark Kensington, Ace Royal, and Wood Royal brands at locally owned Yeager's Hardware. Yeager's, real help, real savings. Now open in Barling.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050, COP CDL Academy.
Since 1992, the Inn at the Mill has welcomed guests to experience the most unique place to stay when visiting Northwest Arkansas. Centrally located at the Johnson exit off I-49, the Inn at the Mill has established a rich tradition of comfort, convenience, and value. Whether it's the big game, business travel, a trip to Crystal Bridges, or a weekend getaway that brings you to Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious room with ample space to spread out. And when I'm there on business, I appreciate the fast, free internet to keep me connected to work and the laid-back European-style breakfast to start the day. Experience unique and different at the Inn at the Mill, just off I-49 at the Johnson exit. Call 479-443-1800 to make your reservation. That's 479-443-1800 or visit inatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline to join the local conversation on ESPN Arkansas.
I want to talk to you. It's something I want to get off my chest.
877-377-6963.
No service, no bars. Okay, talk to me. Number 2.
Very strong, very different opinions.
Serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee.
Final segment of What's Your Beef Wednesday edition of the Morning Rush. Did you get all of them out today? Or do you have one?
Taxes was enough. Property taxes due today.
I'm good, it looks like. I wrote them down for next year, and I'll probably ask you the same question on October 15th. Did I pay mine? Did I do it right?
Hey, may need to go borrow some money today. That's where Farm Credit of Western Arkansas can come in to help you. Do you want to spruce up your existing home or maybe start from the ground up? Either way, check with Farm Credit of Western Arkansas first before you get started and find out why for more than 100 years, Farm Credit of Western Arkansas has helped families just like yours make their dreams come true. Visit myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com or stop by any of their 25 locations today.
Colton, as we close down the show, do you have a beef you hadn't necessarily got a chance to fire it in there this morning?
Yeah, probably the worst thing that any human has to undertake at any point in their life, packing up the things in which they own and moving it to a different house. It is the most abysmal process ever. I'm a pack rat, so every scrap of paper, an important thing to me, has some nostalgic value, and I just can't throw it away. And also, don't have a lot of help. I am moving, so don't have a lot of help either. The wife's got to hold the baby.
Moving does stink. I can vouch 100% on that.
Not enough money in the world for me to pay Ty to help.
I would.
Oh, he'd do it for free.
I help friends move. I hate moving myself, but no.
You have a truck?
Moving
no,
is
you're
the
no
worst.
use to me.
No, I got a Camry. We can use the station vehicle. throw some stuff in the back there. Just might be hanging out. Are you cool with that?
Anything to help Colton
Okay,
and
there
the
you
family.
go. See, that's the thing. We're team members
real
here on
family here.
ESPN
Thank you.
Arkansas. Do you think, as we close down the shop, do you think Bart would take that challenge that we kind of put down?
I hope he will. I mean, come on down. We'll take care of you at Hardscrabble. Play one of the great courses in our state's in fabulous condition right now, and you guys can go head to head. We'll see if anybody can break 90.
I think
He can break 100 at Oakmont. What's beating Tom?
Yeah, I think he could beat me at any other course. I actually think that I might be able to win that match.
All right, there's only one way to find out. Hey, it's a What's Your Beef Wednesday brought to you by Richards Country Meat Market in Fayetteville, 3042 North Market Avenue, online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com. Everything you need for tailgating this weekend. Bacon wrap fillets, gourmet burgers, fresh kebabs, house-made sausages, brats, and more. They've got everything for this weekend. 479-443-0000, 443-0000, 3042 North Market Avenue, or online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Had a very vibrant phone call from Miss Lisa earlier. If you missed it, it'll be on our Bud Light Morning Rush podcast for Colton Little, Tommy Kraft. I'm Ty Richardson. It's good to hear from her. We hadn't heard from her in a while. She's pro Bobby Petrino. See after this weekend. We'll see what he can do in these next 6 games. But the big one is this weekend, 2:30 against number 4 A&M. Halftime, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C coming up next.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right